Gentlemen, let's face it, most of you will fail your New Year's goals this year. Brutal? Maybe. True. Absolutely. Every January, millions of men dust off their dreams, fueled by a surge of New Year, New Me hype. Gyms fill up. Vision boards are made. You promise yourself this is the year you'll finally crush it. But guess what? By February, the majority of these goals are already on life support or dead altogether. Why? Because the system is rigged against you. Yeah, I said it. Society sells you the dream of goal setting without teaching you how to execute, sustain, and adapt when things get tough. It's not that you're lazy or incapable, it's that the approach you're using is broken. You see, the New Year syndrome is more than just a trend, it's a trap. It tricks you into thinking that January 1st holds magical powers to change your life, as if flipping a calendar page can flip your entire mindset. But here's the kicker. The date doesn't matter. What matters is the foundation you're building, or not building. And let's be real, most of you don't fail because your goals are too big. You fail because they're too vague, too shallow, and built on a foundation of temporary motivation. Want to lose weight? Cool, but what's your plan when the excitement wears off and the donuts start calling? Want to make more money? Great, but are you actually developing skills or just fantasizing about success? I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to show you why this same cycle keeps happening year after year, and more importantly, how to break out of it for good. The truth? It's not about setting better goals. It's about becoming a better man. Stay with me, and we'll dissect why most resolutions fail, why relying on motivation is a losing game, and the exact strategies you need to stay ahead of the curve. Forget the New Year, New Me nonsense. This time, let's do it right. Every January 1st, you're sold a lie. New Year, New Me sounds inspiring, but it's nothing more than a marketing slogan designed to keep you chasing your tail. Think about it. Gyms offer discounts, planners fly off the shelves, and everyone on social media is suddenly a motivational speaker. But here's the harsh reality. By February, most people have already quit. Why? Because the idea of a new you is a fantasy. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The calendar won't fix you. Your problems from December 31st didn't magically disappear at midnight. You're still the same guy with the same habits, the same excuses, and the same mindset. The new me idea makes you think change is instant, but real transformation is messy, slow, and often painful. That's why most men fail. They want results without the grind. Let's look at the gym. Every January, it's packed with guys swearing they'll get in shape this year. They buy the gear, post the selfies, and hit the weights hard for about 3 weeks. Then life happens. Work gets busy, the soreness sets in, and those late-night burgers start calling. By mid-February, the gym is back to its regulars. The problem wasn't the goal. The problem was believing that January 1st had some kind of magic power to turn you into a completely different person. If you really want to change, stop waiting for a date to motivate you. Start with one small action today, not tomorrow or next week. Commit to becoming just 1% better every day. Forget trying to create a new you overnight. Instead, focus on improving the current you, one habit at a time. So ditch the New Year, New Me nonsense. It's not about flipping a calendar. It's about flipping your mindset. Success doesn't care what day it is. It rewards consistency, not quick fixes. Let's get something straight. Motivation is unreliable. It's like a flaky friend who shows up when it's convenient and vanishes when you need them most. Sure, it feels great in the moment. You watch a hype video, hear a fiery speech, and suddenly feel like you can conquer the world. But give it a week, a tough day at work, or a bad night's sleep, and that fire burns out fast. This is where most men go wrong. They wait to feel motivated before taking action. But here's the cold truth. Successful men don't rely on feelings. They rely on discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when the excitement is gone. And trust me, the excitement will fade. Take this example. Let's say you decide to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to work on your goals. The first few days, you're pumped. You jump out of bed with energy and optimism, But then comes the day you feel exhausted. It's cold. You'd rather stay in bed. In that moment, motivation won't save you. Discipline will. Discipline is what gets you up, even when every fiber of your being screams to hit snooze. The difference? Motivation is emotional. Discipline is a habit. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, bored, or uninspired. It operates on autopilot because you've trained yourself to act, no matter what. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to do it. You just do it. The key to building discipline is consistency. Start small. Set a time to do one task every day, whether you feel like it or not. Over time, it becomes part of who you are, not just something you do. Here's the bottom line. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fuel that keeps the engine running. Don't waste time chasing fleeting feelings. Build the systems and habits that ensure you show up every single day, because that's what separates the men who win from the men who wish. Let's be real. Most men fail at their goals because those goals are soft, vague, and uninspiring. You tell yourself, I want to lose weight, or I want to save money. But what does that even mean? How much weight? By when? For what reason? Saying you want to get in shape isn't a goal, it's a wish. Weak goals lack clarity, and when there's no clarity, there's no direction. It's like getting in a car and saying you're going on a road trip but not deciding where you're going or how you'll get there. What happens? You get lost, waste time, and probably end up right back where you started. That's exactly what happens to most men with their so-called goals. The problem isn't that your dreams are too big, it's that your goals aren't sharp enough to turn those dreams into reality. Think about it. If your goal is make more money, how will you know when you've succeeded? If you pick up an extra shift and earn $100, does that count? Of course not. But without specifics, that's what you're settling for. On top of that, weak goals are easy to ignore. When life gets tough, those vague goals fall to the bottom of your priorities. You skip the gym, grab fast food, or blow your paycheck on impulse buys because there's no accountability. Nothing's pushing you to follow through. The truth is, your goals should scare you a little. They should challenge you, stretch you, and force you to grow. But they should also be crystal clear. If you don't know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters, you'll never take it seriously. Here's the thing. Men who achieve their goals don't leave them open-ended. They define them, commit to them, and then break them down into actionable steps. They don't just hope things work out. They make a plan and execute it one day at a time. Stop setting goals you can brush off or forget about. You're not here to play small. Set goals that demand your best and watch how quickly you start to level up. Let's call it what it is. Most men are stuck in their comfort zone, and it's killing their potential. You wake up, do the same thing you did yesterday, avoid challenges, and convince yourself that it's not so bad. But let me tell you something, brother. Comfort is a trap. It feels good now, but it's the reason you're stagnant, unfulfilled, and stuck in the same place year after year. You're not meant to live in safety mode. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Growth requires discomfort, plain and simple. Yet too many men settle for mediocrity because pushing past their limits feels too hard. The truth? You've gotten soft. You avoid pain, dodge failure, and stay in your little bubble because it's familiar. But that bubble, it's suffocating you. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I'm just not ready yet? That's your comfort zone talking. It whispers excuses in your ear and makes you believe you have all the time in the world. But while you're chilling, other men are out there grinding, taking risks, and building the life you wish you had. Wake up. Stop blaming the world for your lack of progress. Nobody's coming to save you, and no one owes you a thing. Your comfort zone isn't just holding you back. It's robbing you of the man you could be. Here's the advice you need to hear. Get uncomfortable. Start small if you have to, but start. Take on a challenge you've been avoiding. Push yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's going to hurt, and you're going to want to quit. But that's the point. Pain is a signal that you're breaking through the old you and stepping into something greater. Understand this. The comfort zone feels safe, but nothing grows there. The longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Don't wait until it's too late to realize you've wasted years settling for less. Get up, take action, start living the life you're capable of, not the one you've been settling for. Here's the hard truth. Goals alone don't work. You can write them down, repeat them to yourself every morning, or even shout them from the rooftops. But without a system in place, they're just empty promises. Most men fail not because their goals are bad, but because they have no plan to make them happen. Goals are outcomes, but systems are the actions that get you there. Saying, I want to lose 20 pounds is a goal. But what's the system? It's your daily habits. Hitting the gym, eating clean, and drinking water instead of soda. Without those habits, the goal is just wishful thinking. Here's the problem. Men obsess over the destination, but ignore the journey. You focus on the big picture and completely overlook the small, consistent steps you need to take every single day. You want the rewards, but you're not putting in the reps. That's like trying to win a race without showing up for practice. The difference between successful men and everyone else is this. They don't just set goals, they create systems that make success inevitable. Systems remove the guesswork. They create structure, build momentum, and keep you moving forward even on the days you don't feel like it. Let me break it down. If your goal is to make more money, stop fantasizing about hitting the jackpot. Build a system where you're learning new skills, networking, and taking measurable steps every day to increase your value. If your goal is to get stronger, don't just say, I want to bench 250 pounds. Follow a training program, track your progress, and make it part of your lifestyle. The best part? Systems don't rely on motivation. Once they're in place, they become second nature. You don't need to try harder or find inspiration. You just follow the system, and the results take care of themselves. Stop wasting time setting goals you'll forget by February. Start building systems that keep you consistent, focused, and unstoppable. Remember this, goals are the dream, but systems are the machine that makes it real. Get the machine running, and you'll achieve more than you ever thought possible. Here's the reality, gentlemen. Most men will never achieve their goals because they're too busy making excuses and chasing quick fixes. Harsh? Yes. True? Absolutely. If you don't break free from this cycle, you're not just wasting time, you're wasting your potential. Let that sink in. The hard truth is that success isn't for everyone. It's reserved for those who are willing to step up, take responsibility, and do what others won't. So ask yourself, are you going to be another guy who starts strong in January and fades by February? Or are you going to be the man who actually follows through? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment about your struggles or successes with New Year's goals. I'll be checking them out and reaching out to some of you because this isn't just about talking. It's about building a community of men who refuse to settle. Let's hold each other accountable and grow together. Here's my challenge. Prove me wrong. Show me that you can beat the odds. But if you're not ready to take action, stop lying to yourself. It's time to wake up and make it happen.